In this video, we're gonna work on our scene and enable our users to interact with objects. So grab them either by going to them and grabbing them by pressing the controller button, or from the distance, point towards them and then press a button. Boom! You can grab them and manipulate them. So, and in order to do that, you only need two things. So this will be a quick video.
That's what she said. Ha! I don't get it.
You will need an interactor, and you will need an interactable or several interactables. Interactor is something you put on the object that you should be able to interact with stuff with. So in this case, it's going to be our right hand or our left hand, or both of them, which are attached to the controllers. So the controllers will be what we can interact with stuff with. So that needs an interactor. And then all the objects that you can grab and like put up and down and left and right, those things you can have an interactable on. And that we can come to in a second. So we will start with interactor. Get down. Interactors, as you can see here, I have already found it here. So you just look for an interactor, and there are different kinds of interactors. So if I write interactor here, there's something called, for instance, direct interactor. And the way direct interactors work is that you take your hand, you go close to something, you grab it, and then it can directly interact with objects. So it needs to touch the object to be able to interact with it.
Pardon me. Eh? Oh. Mi scusi. Mi scusi.
Then you have ray interactors. That one works by throwing a ray, and then from the distance you can grab the objects and interact with them. So this, especially this direct interactor and the ray interactor term from the old XR interaction toolkit, now you can do both of them using something called near and far interactors. And that's what we're gonna work with, because this one has both elements. It enables distance grab and it enables direct grab. And we're gonna work with our right hand, so I'm just gonna grab this. And again, this is new. So it's new in XR Interaction Toolkit 3.0, this near-far interactor. If you want more info on, for instance, the direct interactor and the old ones, I have these tutorials from 2 years ago, which went through the same stuff. And I go through the direct interactor in more detail there, but it's very similar to this one. But if you want to learn more about them, the other interactors, you can go back to those videos. Here, I'm gonna just quickly describe the near and far interactor. So let's begin by having a look at the near far interactor. What does it need? It needs the interaction manager. We have an interaction manager right here that we're gonna give it to it. And then it needs the layer mask. So on the long term, if you want to do a good project, you should put everything that is interactable as an interactable or grabbable layer. So everything that can be grabbed, you should put in a grabbable layer. Then the hands, is it right hand, left hand? This is our right hand, so it's on the right hand. All of this you can read further about by pressing this question mark button. And then as you see here, the documentation comes up and you can read about all the elements inside of it. But for now, we'll try to explain it quickly. So this select action trigger, as it is right now, if I press the select action button, which is the grab button here, it will grab the object for me, either from distance or I go close to it. And it will keep keep on grabbing until I hold the button down. As soon as I release, it drops the thingy. But then if I, for instance, change it to toggle, then it will grab it. If I pressed once on it, then it's grabbed, it's toggled on grab, then I can release it and it will follow my hand. If I want to release it again, then I press the grab button again and then it falls down. And all of these elements you can read more about. So enable far casting, enable near casting. It's like if stuff are close to you, you should be able to grab them. How should it detect that it's close to you? Well, you use this sphere, what is it called? Sphere interaction caster, which is down here. And it's basically a sphere. Back in the XR Interaction Toolkit 2.0, it was the actual sphere that you attach to your right hand. And then its size, if it's collider, if it hits something and you grabbed it, then it would be grabbed. here is invisible, and you can control its radius. So how big should it be for it to detect objects close to you to grab it? So this is the sphere interaction here, and you can control it, or you can just totally deactivate being able to grab stuff that are near to you. You only distance grab, or the other way around. You don't want any far, like a raycast grab. You just want to be able to grab stuff that are close to you here. And then maybe just let's have a look at it. Okay, now I have attached my head-mounted display to the computer, and we are ready to try stuff. But before that, we need to create something grabbable, something we can grab. So I'm gonna go make a 3D object. I'm gonna make a cube. That cube, I'm gonna change its placement a little bit to be its scale to be 0.2, 0.2, and like that. And in order to be able to interact with the object, we needed to have a rigid body, so it can use physics to be interacted with and thrown around with. And then we want to make it grabbable or interactable. There is something called XR grab interactable. Let's put that on here. And the XR grab interactable also needs an interaction manager. We're going to give it to it. And then, yeah, we're going to talk about all of this in a second. Let's just try it now. So this thing should be grabbable. I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to press play now. It's right here. I can distance grab it by, now this hand has an interact. This one has all teleportation on it. This one has an interactor on it. So I can point at this object, press my grab button, and it's grabbing. If I release it, it's still grabbed because it's on toggle. I don't know if you see, where is the camera? The camera is here. So I'm not pressing any button, and it's just grabbed. But if I press it, the toggle will whoop, then it will fall down. You see? But if I switch this, I wonder if I can do it without like restarting. So if I just say state change like this, then I have to. So if I release it, it will release. It's not toggle anymore. Now I have to hold it down for me to be able to keep grabbing it like this. So that was quite simple, and now it's working. What I can do is also I can woof, towards me or far away from me, towards me, far away from me. This is maybe also good for those of you who want to make a game where you can like punch stuff far away. You should be able to maybe have your arms go in and out like this. Yeah, so far so good. This is what you can do. And then you can control all of these. For instance, the line of the interactor is this visual line here, and you can control how the line should look on different situation. Use in this by manipulating the line visuals down here. And then, but other than that, that is more or less it's for it. You can I've told you about the sphere interactor, so you can also go close to stuff and grab them. So for instance, this one, far attach mode. This one allows us to grab stuff, and once we grab stuff that are far away, it will attach far away. It will attach over there, and you can put it far and close. But if you want to make Star Wars Jedi powers, where you just everything you grab right away comes to your hand, you change this far attach mode to near, and then you press that, and then you press play here now. Then if I grab our cube thingy there, I can say I want it, but if I grab it, woof, it comes to my hand right away. And then I can throw it. It's still on toggle, goddammit. So it's not as fun. But the throwing stuff, where was that? There is somewhere you can play around, interact, attach controller. Oh yeah. Use distance, use momentum. Yeah, so if you use momentum, it will throw stuff like a ball. So if you release it, it will release it, and then it will give it momentum to the object. So it will give it some force. And those forces you can play around with, the velocity and so on. You can play around with the variables here to make it act the way you want to. Again, all of this you can read about here, and I will encourage you to play around with this variable to make your own fun way of throwing objects around with the physics that you find interesting. And it's quite easy to play around with this and get it to work. What else in here that is interesting? Again, you can turn off and on the far and near interactors. Yeah. And then haptic feedback, you can turn it on and off on, for instance, select. Then you can have a frequency haptic feedback on this. If you once you select it, once you hover over it, and so on, you can make the controllers vibrate down here. I know Louis, he will come and give a nice lecture on that very soon. If we come to our interactable, it got this very important thing called movement types. And movement types can be three different things, three different movement types we can have on an object. We have instantaneous, kinematics, and velocity tracking. Okay, one way for us to show these different movement types is by creating three interactables. One of them is gonna be instantaneous things I cannot pronounce.
Ja, så skal du prøve at se Bismens skibsgevis. Nu må du mande dig lidt op, sømand. Ja.
Another one we're gonna make kinematic. This one, kinematic. And the final one, we're gonna make velocity tracking into velocity tracking. So velocity tracking. I feel like I want to take all of them and then rotate them. Okay, so let's take them one at a time, but in order for us to see the difference, I'm also gonna change their material. So I'm gonna create some material and give them some color so we can test them out. So instantaneous,
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
So now we're done. This one is brown. The instantaneous is brown. Kinematic is red, and velocity tracking is blue. Instantaneous is the least physical one of them all. It will move instantly with your hand. It will basically teleport. It will not give a single about physics. It will just like teleport smoothly with your hand. Kinematic, and it will also deactivate kinematics, of course. Kinematic also deactivates kinematics, but it will still move through fixed update, and it will be a little bit more physical while being moved around. But it's still kinematic, so it will still go through objects and so on. And not be affected by them. While velocity tracking, it will not go through any objects. It will affect to all the physics. It will be extremely physical. So let's just have a quick demonstration of that. Here. Gonna start. So, which one was the blue one? Oh no. Okay. We need to really quickly fix that this one is not toggle, it's state change, and also it will keep on the far one. And I want to make the random order so that is instantaneous first, kinematic second, and then velocity tracking, the most physical one, third. So it's easier for me to explain to them. So brown, red, blue, we're gonna do it. Let's try again. This is the brown one. As you can see, this one is not giving, it's following my hand perfectly. Like there is almost no delay there. Follows my hand totally, and also doesn't give a fuck about physics, and follows like super exactly what I'm doing to the final last straw. This one is a little bit more physical. I don't know how you can sense it here or not, but also it will go through objects. This one is also red, so they don't see it, but it's a little bit more physical than the first one, the instantaneous. But kinematics is a little bit more physical, but it will still go through stuff. While this one is the most physical because it cannot go through objects. Look, whoop, it cannot. Boom. So if you want real physics with stuff, you use this velocity tracking here. You see, it cannot go down here. Oh, yeah. There we go. So those were the 3 of them that I tried to show you. Now let's stop. And then the last thing I want to show you guys are the event handlers of these things. Because they also have events. And what do they mean, events? These are the interactable events. Interactable events here. I pressed interactable filters before. And this is like Unity again, our XR interaction toolkit, making it again for us to have fun with these interactables. And these events, they are always listening, so you can play around with them and make whatever you like to happen. So what we want to happen here is, let's say, hover insert, for instance. So we want on hover insert, so once you select the item, we want it to play like a music piece for us. So I'm gonna press plus here. I'm gonna make an audio component. We wanna make like an instrument of some sort. Let's make an audio source. I have downloaded some like free music sounds here, which I'm gonna give to it. So where is our audio source? I just go down again to my audio source. I'm gonna give it the clip. I'm gonna not play on awake. Now I'm gonna take the audio source. You see, you guys are familiar with buttons in Unity, right? So it's the same thing. I create an event. I want to on hover enter. So when I select it, I want it to play this piece of music. And then once I hover exit it, I want to do something else. I want it to pause that piece of music. Like that. So I go here and I want it to pause the piece of music. And then I want the red one to do it the same thing, just with a different piece of music. So I'm going to do audio source, different piece of free music, play on awake off, going up, forgot to press hover enter plus, and same here. And I could do that, there's a huge fucking list. So I'm just gonna do like this, and I'm gonna do like this. And here the audio source should play. And here the audio source should pause. There we go. So if we must have some kind of a music instrument here. Let's see if it works. So let's see if I point with it here. Guess you guys can hear it. Maybe. So I go away. It stops. Let me turn up the volume. So I press it. It plays the music. I go away. It stops playing the music. Red one plays a different music. Goes away. Stops. Plays. Stops. So yeah. And like that, you can play with all kind of events like that. Select, I guess it's when you press, like when you pick it actually, instead of just hovering it, if you select it, if you grab it, then it will do something. You can change colors and you can play around with these events here. So I think this is for today and for now, and our grabbables and interactables and interactors. Yeah, see you for the next one.